Alright, well, welcome everyone to my Nuzlocke run of Pokemon HeartGold, is what I would be saying if I wasn't a idiot and remembered to record my audio while playing through this bit. Feeling a little, let's just say not too pleased with myself. So I guess what I'm doing, uh, you could call it lazy. I don't blame you. I feel lazy myself doing it. I am watching my recording and then commentating over it because, well, truth be told, I've wanted to get this out for quite a while now. Not particularly because I'm like proud, I guess, or it's like something special. It has to be seen, hot off the presses, extra extra. Read all about it. But because frankly, I don't have anything else to really be doing. The virus pandemic is all around us. I really haven't left my house in like 2 to 3 weeks. I'm slowly spiraling into madness. So, I mean, I just want to do something. I want to feel like I'm doing something creative again. And the thing I was hoping to be doing before madness kind of hit everything was finally getting my hopes and dreams podcast, movie podcast off the ground and running with one of my friends. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do now. And we've only recorded one episode so far, and it's still being edited and everything. And I don't know when it'll come out, to be honest. So I thought, well, I don't have anything to be doing. I play Animal Crossing every few hours or so, and then I watch YouTube, and that's pretty much been my life for these past few weeks. And I just want to do something. I mean, I was gonna run through a Nuzlocke of this anyways, but I figured, hey man, I'm gonna be doing a Nuzlocke. I want to feel like I'm doing something creative with my life again instead of just being chained down to my house. So hey, I'm gonna record it, and if anyone for whatever reason wants to watch this blabbering idiot try to survive a Nuzlocke, well, more power to them. Um, I kind of feel bad for you because you have to listen to this voice, and that's not very appealing. But hey, I love it. I love that. But ah man, I'm exhausted. So this whole episode is just gonna be a real talk episode because man, I was gut punched when I saw that I forgot to hit record, and I just sat there and I was like, you can't be serious. This can't be happening. After failed attempt after failed attempt at finally trying to get this to work, it seemed like it was finally getting there, and then one misclick of the button, and we're not there. So I'm recording this after the fact. I'm kind of tired now, but hey, man, this train's got to leave the station. I'm tired of this train being stuck. Even though it's already been a train wreck and we're already derailed episode one in, I find that to be kind of a beautiful disaster and nothing more fitting to my life than what is going on right now. So I guess I should explain the rules of the Nuzlocke for whoever doesn't know. Basically, it follows a few big key rules. Everything else is just kind of what the player decides they want to do with it. But the first pivotal rule is if your Pokemon faints, that Pokemon is dead. It is deceased, no longer to be. Press F for respects, and then send it on its merry way. That the whole point of this is, I mean, Pokemon, to be quite honest, is relatively easy. It's not that challenging of a game. So the whole point is just make it more challenging, make it difficult, make you really think more strategically than maybe you normally would on just a casual playthrough. The second key rule is the first new Pokemon you encounter, so Pokemon that you haven't caught already before, the first new Pokemon you encounter on a new route that you haven't caught anything on before is the only Pokemon you can get for that route. So let's say I strut into the first grass or whatever, and I find Pidgey. It's the first Pokemon I run into. I never didn't catch a Pidgey or anything before, and this is the first time I'm on that route. Well, that Pidgey is the only Pokemon I can catch. If I either run out of Pokeballs or it faints or flees or whatever may be the case, that route is a dead route. You cannot catch anything on that route anymore. You get one shot, one opportunity, and that's it. So don't be like Mom Spaghetti and blow. That was a terrible joke, but I mean, I don't even. At this point, I've ceased to care. Such a ringing endorsement from yours truly. But and then another important rule, I guess, is that you have to name your Pokemon. As you can see, I named mine Cinderace because I am not very clever, and I just thought, hey man, well, Cinderace was a Pokemon and it's not in this game. Haha, funny, lol. So there you have it. Cyndaquil the Cinderace. No, Cinderace the Cyndaquil. Yes, that's right. I don't know. Yes, whatever. Is my starting Pokemon. And I hope that Pokemon doesn't die because Cyndaquil is actually my favorite Pokemon ever. And is my favorite line of Pokemon ever. Gen 2 in general kind of just has, I think, my favorite designs of Pokemon. They just have a lot of really cool ones. They didn't add too many. I think it was only 100, I want to say. 100 new Pokemon from the Gen 1. But I think they have, honestly, most of them are winners. I like a lot of them. But where was I getting to it? Oh, yeah, naming. Yeah, I really have gone off the rails. Ugh. Naming is, it's just basically to, make you feel closer to the Pokemon. Make you feel like you got a bond with the Pokemon. Make you sad if they, die. No one wants a Pokemon to die once they named it. So, I think that covers all the basic rules. I mean, people kind of just make their own few little adjustments to them. I know one of them is you can only have set battle style, not shift, to make it more challenging. Obviously, when you can't shift out in anticipation of what the trainer has. And then another one is not using like any items, like healing items or anything like that in battles. Since I'm a baby, I choose to keep shift on, and then I also am going to use healing items in battle. Although I'm gonna try to limit my use. I'm not gonna, spam. I don't know, like 15, 20 of them to get rid of like trainers move that's causing me a lot of damage because that's lame. So I'll probably limit myself to maybe like, I don't know, one or two heals in a battle, something like that. Just kind of depends. That could change though. I mean, a lot of this run I feel like is gonna be determined by whatever you guys want. If anyone, for whatever reason, wants to watch this, I'm open to changing some things or trying new things. So I'll leave it all in your hands. But yeah, I guess back to the real talk at hand. I actually, wanted to do a Nuzlocke run and record it for quite some time now. I mean, geez, it's gotta have been when I had first gotten my 3DS, so quite a while ago. But I never knew how to record stuff. I didn't have any like video recording editing knowledge sans like iMovie for school projects in middle school or whatever. And I still don't. But I figured now's as good of a time as any to try to learn. I don't see me doing anything else anytime soon. So, yeah, I actually really have been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I just never knew how. I still kind of don't. I mean, to be honest, I'm still struggling out here. It's struggle hours, but you know, trying to learn it. And ironically enough, the first game that I was planning on doing, my first like recorded Nuzlocke run or whatever, was HeartGold. I'm fairly certain because that was oh man, when did that? When was that? It had to have been like 4 or 5 years, 4 years ago or something like that. I want to say it was quite a while. I just really liked the game. I mean, out of my favorite Pokemon games, I want to say like HeartGold is, if not my top, like at least my top 2 or 3. So just wanted to do it. I've always liked watching other people do Nuzlocke runs, and I was like, hey man, why not throw my hat in the ring, to disappoint everyone that watches. But so yeah, I just gonna try it out and see where it goes. I mean, honestly, I don't. Your guess is as good as mine how long the run's gonna last, be it how well I play, because I am an idiot and a risk taker. Or if I fall into one of my many depressive episodes and just be like, I don't feel like doing anything other than laying in bed and staring at the ceiling for the next 3 days. So, it's probably going to be very infrequent when I get to uploading this stuff, but we'll see. And then, yeah. I'm just so annoyed with myself that I forgot to hit record, because I'm trying to remember, like, oh, what was I like? What was I even talking about during this? What was going through my mind? What was some important stuff going on? Realistically, it was probably just a lot of self-deprecating humor. That's mostly what I do during my 9 to 5, but I don't know. It'll be lost forever because I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, now it's coming back. So so if it wasn't clear already,
Get glitch.
I'm doing this on an emulator. That part I was saying about not knowing how to record, well, still rings true. I don't have a capture card, and I'm pretty sure you can't really get one for the 3DS anymore. Wasn't like the company that did all that go bankrupt or something like that? I don't know. Out of business, something. But so instead, it's like, well, I'd rather play it on my 3DS because, one, I just prefer playing like the actual physical copies. I don't know why, but it holds a sentimental value to me. I still can't get over this fucking glitch. I don't even know how it started, actually, and the way that it ends is the dumbest thing ever. Like, just watch this. And boom, back to normal. I guess my Cinderace wasn't too happy about being low on health. But the other reason I don't like recording on emulators, aside the fact that I've never used them, true story, the first time I've ever used an emulator is while doing this. So the part where I was saying it's struggle hours out here, oh, that rings true in more ways than one. But I just don't like the feel of playing this on a computer. I don't know. Just, it doesn't feel natural. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It was programmed with, the DS layout in mind, not exactly a keyboard. But it just doesn't feel right. It's not comfortable to me. I don't like it. And I don't have a controller I can really connect to my laptop or anything. So I'm just gonna have to roll with it. I'll probably get used to it at some point. I mean, once you play something long enough, it grows on you. But yeah, so if you're a purist, you don't like the fact that I'm using an emulator, hey, I get it. I'm with you on that. I would rather not be using an emulator too, but here we are. Like I said, I'm doing this mostly just as a creative outlet, just something I can do because I feel like I'm just doing nothing with most of my days, and it's not a good feeling, man. It's not a good feeling just sitting around doing nothing. So, yeah, the secret's out, guys. Pulling, hitting you with a double whammy. This recording isn't actually me while playing the game, and I'm not even playing the game in the normal way. Now, how can you trust anything I say? Ugh. But true facts is I've actually wanted to do stuff with YouTube and everything for so long, like honestly since I was in middle school, early high school. But as mentioned earlier, I just didn't know how to do any editing. I didn't know even where to start to look for any of it. Didn't know how to do recording outside of just like phone recording or camera recording and stuff like that. And I still don't. Truth be told, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of like information there is about editing stuff and everything like that. And it got to me at first when I was planning on doing this. I actually wanted to get this started like a week and a half ago or something like that. I did a poll on my Twitter of like which Pokemon game should I Nuzlocke next, because I just got done with Platinum. My least favorite Nuzlocke I've ever done in my life. Platinum upset me in many ways, and Gen 4 in general upsets me in many ways. That'll be my hot take for the day. It's just too slow. It's really slow. I feel like Sinnoh is pretty bland and forgettable as a region, and I just didn't enjoy myself Nuzlocking it. Felt like it was more trouble than it was just fun. I had to grind so much. Oh, and that wasn't even to like get to 10 levels over, 5 levels over. Like that was just to get on level sometimes. I had to grind for so long, and it was just so frustrating and not pleasant. And honestly, that's probably going to still be the case with this game, probably more so because, well, not only do I have to do the 8 gyms in Johto and the Elite Four, I have to do the 8 gyms in Kanto and then the Elite Four again and then Red. So that's a lot. Oh man, I'm just now realizing how long that is. Oof, oof, that's a big oof. But yeah, I wanted to do YouTube stuff for so long, and I just, I never knew how to really like start, how to get into it, how to do any of it, and I still don't. That's why I do doing the movie podcast with my friend is, just that it's just recording audio really, and then I don't know, putting like some graphic on while just people listening to us drunkenly talk about movies for longer than the movie itself. Oh boy, that also is a train wreck. But I don't know, man. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful train wreck. Just like I'm hoping this will be. Time will only tell. Oh no. But yeah, just never knew how. Don't know how still. Any tips or tricks? I'm all ears. I want any and all help I can get. I think the thing for me that's the most challenging for it is I'm a very kind of like I need visual guidance and observation and stuff to like learn So like I need people to like show me, and then like explain while showing me for me to like actually get like the click like going like, oh, now I understand, like get the gears working in my head, be like, oh, this is how this works and everything. I finally understand it. Like if I'm just like told information or like shown like information just on a screen, I it's hard for me to really wrap my head around it. But so yeah, that's my life story. I'm droning on, but like I said, I had actual talking points and stuff, and probably a funny moment, at least one in here that I'm forgetting, and just kind of have to talk to fill in the gaps. But yeah, what I do normally is I'm a writer, actually. quite the quite the difference from doing one of this stuff with YouTube to being a writer. But that's what I'm planning on going into grad school for if I survive. You know, it's crazy times out there. They're running out of toilet paper, man. I don't know what to use anymore. I might have to use my old game manuals. But yeah, so that's gonna be coming up for me, and you know, I'm actually really hoping I'm still able to, you know, do podcast stuff, because that's actually my one true love is that movie podcast. I wanted to do that for so long. Ugh. Films and just talking about films has always been like my biggest passion in life. It's always been the thing, you know, I've really wanted to do in some way, shape, or form. At first, it was like just be a normal movie critic, something like that, you know. Work for newspaper, just go review films for them and stuff like that. Unfortunately, high school, my newspaper class kind of turned me off of that a little bit. Just wasn't well taught and wasn't very enjoyable. So the feelings faded a bit, and writing was something I've always done. Um, I enjoy that too. You know, I obviously I'm not gonna, you know, go to grad school for something I don't enjoy doing. I always have liked writing, you know, short stories, doing some poetry. Um, when I was a kid, I really wanted to do like a long novel, be like a great American author, do a novel, be a Hemingway, except with not going to war and everything like that. Or well, no, I guess the alcoholism has finally reached me, so I can't say that. Oops. But oh, this is a mess. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I really do enjoy that. Like, whenever I'm able to actually, you know, write some poems or write, you know, a short story, it does bring a lot of catharsis for me. It can help me channel emotions and stuff I'm dealing with personally in a way that's very, you know, productive, you know, constructive, creative fashion. So, yeah, I'm I'm more than happy to just either be, you know, a writer, write collections of short stories, poems, stuff like that. Maybe a novel if I'm ever able to get rid of the crazy writer's block I have internally. Uh, I struggle mightily with like super long stories. I have a problem where I envision the ending and I just really struggle on like how to get to that ending. It's kind of like if you've seen, oh, what's the best way to describe it? It's like if you read, let's say, like the first 20 pages of a book and then read like the ending of a book. You know, you get the idea of like how things start and everything, and then by obviously reading the end, you know how it ends. So you you have like firmly in your mind like the beginning and the end of the story, and then like everything in between you can kind of figure out like how it's going to get to that end, but it's really a struggle of like being able to fill all of that in, if that makes sense, like being able to fill the pages in between. Like once you have a strong sense in your mind of like the end, it's hard to be able to get enough filler in there. I should take notes from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because they have no problems with filler, but I'm not smart enough like that. I'm a big dum dum. But yeah, that's always been my issue when it comes to longer stories. Like, it kind of, once it reaches a certain threshold, I want to say 15, 20 pages, it's tough for me to be able to finish it out. So that's why I do short stories instead. I feel like I can creatively get my point across and what I want to talk about across, in brief-ish fashion, but still in a strong fashion too. Not everything needs to be, a novel. Some things are fine just being shorter. So, yeah, that's my life. Gonna be coming up here soon. Gonna be going off to grad school to get my master's in writing, publishing, stuff like that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be doing this for. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling on any given day. I don't have any plans on stopping it anytime soon, I guess. But just see how it goes, and hopefully I can get that podcast up and going too, because that's one of the things I really wanted to do. Oh yeah, all right. I kind of need to explain this one. So his whole like thing before you get to name him, and even like the first few sentences after you get to name him, he's just like a red hair, like he's just called like the red-haired person or whatever, red-haired individual or something like that. So my hope was there'd be enough characters to call him Red Herring. Uh, I forgot how limited the characters were in these games, so here you go, Red Herring. Because I couldn't fit it and I was too lazy to try to figure out something different. We got good old Red Herring. What a great rival. Oh, man. I forgot how long this episode actually was. Now that I'm having to talk through it again, I'm actually forgetting. Like, it was a relatively long episode, and that the first sign of how this was gonna go poorly was that I forgot to set up like a timer or like a stopwatch or something like that, so I can keep track of how long I was actually recording this for. And now I'm feeling those effects once again, except it kind of is more challenging because now I have to think of things to say while watching this footage. So hooray for me, I'm kicking my own ass multiple times today. So after this tutorial, I'm finally going to be able to catch a Pokemon. Forgot that this game actually like makes you wait quite a bit before you can even jump to that point where you actually can catch a Pokemon, because you gotta go to Mr. Pokemon's place, get the egg, go back to Elm, deal with Silver and all that, and then after that you can finally go catch a Pokemon after watching the tutorial that's in all of these games that I wish Game Freak would just let me turn off. I've been playing Pokemon since Red and Blue, so I think I understand how to catch Pokemon. But oh well, I don't think it's as bad in Sword and Shield if I remember correctly. It's been a little bit since I played Sword, but I don't remember like it taking too long to get to it. They kind of rushed you along the way. I could be completely wrong though. I haven't played the beginning of Sword since it came out in November. Oh man, November. Times are different then. Whew. In November, when the month ended, it didn't feel like it's already been a whole year. Ugh, boy. And welcome to the first Pokemon I get to try to catch. It's a Pidgey. And actually, it's a strong one. Level 4, I think, is the highest you can find in this route. Oh, man. Why did I name it Cinderace? That is such a regret. I'm going to have to deal with that for the... Oh, man. Guys, I'm sorry. Let me just apologize right now for naming my Cyndaquil Cinderace. I hope there's a name changer. That can be the thing, I guess. If you have a better name for Cinderace here, go ahead and tell me, and I'll pick whichever one's the best and name it that. Because that name is so dumb, and I regret it immediately. But, welcome to the party. We got this Pidgey. Now, the naming on this is stupid, too. I'm going to need to explain it a bit. So, there's that little brief excerpt in the Pokedex where his Pidgey kicks up dust or sand or whatever. And I was like, oh wow, that's annoying. Like sand attacks. Pretty annoying. I hate that move. Except I love actually using it because I love using annoying moves. I just don't like them when they're used on me. So I was like, well, let's name it annoying something. And then my brain had a meltdown and I was just like, Anora. And then I re-looked at it and was like, actually, it would probably be better if it was Anwara. Both of them aren't good, but Anwara is better than Anora, I think. Ooh, it's a beefy girl with a terrible ability. Because if it's confused, I'm likely not going to chance actually trying to have it attack. I've had my fair share of Pokemon go down in a Nuzlocke because of confusion and me being stubborn. But yeah, I mean, this is, I think, where, if I remember correctly, where the video is about to end. So I just wanted to say, sorry again for really giving you a great first impression of how this is all gonna go by me having to record over what I was doing because I forgot to record while I was doing it. Oh man, what a train wreck. You would think I was drunk while doing it, but sadly I was stone sober. But yeah, sorry for that. Hopefully, for whatever reason, if you guys actually, anyone watches this, I can't really imagine that. To be honest, I'm doing this more for me. But if anyone watches it and you enjoy it, or you have any tips or suggestions or anything, I'm all ears. I'm trying to learn. I'm really trying to put all this time and everything I have to learning how to do stuff because I would like to try to make videos and stuff again. I think it'd be fun. So with that all said, guys, I'll see ya next time.